Hey, wacky teacherpreneurs, it's Amanda here. This is a little introduction before our introduction because Jess and I decided to make this episode two parts. So, the episode you're about to hear is part one, all about me leaving the classroom and what that actually entailed and looked like, and why did I do it, and what am I doing, now with my time, what's what it's like to step away from teaching. And so, if you're curious about that experience, uh, I think you'll like this episode. And then part two, which you'll hear next week, is more about like creating a plan, a business plan, and just preparing and shifting into creating a sustainable business outside of, like your teaching career, which is really challenging. So I hope that you find something helpful and useful, and maybe we make you laugh. Enjoy part one now.
Well, yeah, and I hate telling you because you're gonna judge me.
Oh, why do you think I'm gonna? It's okay.
Well, according to Claude, the best thing I could do is a membership website.
I'm not judging you. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, I've already told you it, but I mean, I feel like every time we talk membership websites, because you had your own and it was very successful and you decided to close it, I do feel like maybe you're going to judge me a little bit for like, but that is something that Claude is like, listen, having a membership website is like building your own, your own posse of subscribers to that. There's
Yeah.
so many things you can do with it. And it doesn't have to be like this horrible grind. And I talked to Claude about all of your struggles with your membership website
Yeah.
and just how it was like such a grind and like so hard to keep coming up with new content. And
Hmm.
Claude was like, listen, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, this is what you could do using your expertise as a teacher. And this is approximately how long it would take you to do each of these things each month. Like, you would be surprised on how little you could put out and still have people wanting to join the membership website because it's you and your expertise that you're sharing. And it
Well,
gave me all these ideas. And some of them I'm a little bit like, do I want to do that? So I just haven't really nailed down exactly like what I want it to look like. And I'm also kind of stuck between two ideas right now of a membership website. So
you can't
what's
see
that?
this, can
Oh,
you?
no, I can't. What is it?
Oh, okay. So this is this guy, right? I think this guy's brilliant. Okay.
What's his
So
name?
he just popped up. He's on Instagram, and he popped up just as someone recommended to follow, right? Because the algorithm is giving me what it thinks I want. And his name is Nat Berman, real Nat Berman on Instagram. He has 130K followers. And when I clicked the link, because Instagram allows you to have a link, right, in your profile, when I clicked it, and all his Instagram is just talking head videos, right? He's just talking. And when I clicked his link, it took me to his website, which is, guess what? It's a membership website. It's called the BeBetterMovement.com. Join Be Better for $1 a month. And you're a big Instagrammer, right? And so is this what you're talking about? Like a dollar a month club or something, you know what I mean? Like something
Well, I
really.
mean, I'd love to have $1 a month, but I mean, Claude recommended a different price point, and I actually keep arguing with it to go lower. Claude was like, listen, for 15 years of experience in teaching and everything that you've done and all of the things you can offer people, it should be like $15 a month. You should never go
Sure.
lower than that. And I've argued with it because I mean, I feel like it should be less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, right? And a cup of coffee now is like $8 or $9. So I feel like it should be like something I can say, like, listen, this is less than going to Starbucks every month and you're going to get so much cool stuff. because for me, it isn't just necessarily about generating like huge amounts of profit. It's about like building my base outside of Teachers Pay Teachers
Yeah.
off of Instagram. So I keep arguing with Claude over the price, and Claude keeps arguing back about like you're undervaluing yourself. But like, I don't know if Claude is aware of like all of these things out there. Like, I know a guy. He's really popular on Instagram and he has all of his lessons on a Google Drive and he frequently will sell it for $1. He'll just be like, I have like 200 lessons in this Google
Yeah.
Drive. If you want access, it's $1, right? He does this all the time
Just as
and
a
he makes a
sale.
lot of money from it.
Yeah.
A lot. I kind of don't want to say his name because then if I'm misquoting that it's only $1, I don't want people to go to his site. But he's just an Instagrammer, dude. He has like 90,000 followers. And he's just like, yeah, all my stuff is on my Google Drive. It's like $1. I know another lady on Instagram who has a Patreon, and all of her lessons are in her Patreon, $5. And she has over 1,000 subscribers. So that's $5,000 a month she's making off of $5. And so
Wow.
I don't know if Claude is really understanding like in our profession how like a really good deal could bring in more money. And that's where I'm sitting at right now is like I don't want to charge $15 a month. I think that's way too much money for digital products, you know? Like I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, and I sometimes I wonder, like, is digital products, like, is that really what people need right now? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that's
I
part
mean,
of the
some of the
reason.
products it's come up with is kind of good for me. I mean, one of them is like doing, I mean, obviously I'm doing like picture book lessons, right?
Yeah.
All my picture books lessons. I mean, that's pretty important. People need to know like what are the greatest picture books to read? What will entertain 100 kids at a time? Because that's what I've been working on this year. Is I do this thing called Story and a Snack and I'm reading a story to 100 kids. Some of the stories flop and some of the stories hit. I feel like that's worth money. To have to read a book by yourself in front of 100 kids and have every kid pay attention to you, that's really, really challenging to find books that fit in that category.
But that would be a membership?
Well, that's one of my ideas. So
Oh,
Claude is like, I have two ideas and I don't know which to go with. Maybe that should be a different episode. One of them is like, my podcast is about teacher health and wellness.
yeah.
So it would be like the Whimsy Well, where I would provide all of my, everything that I provided on my podcast, all these like 7 or 8 years. I would have these like little nuggets in there and a really cool downloadable book and meditations, pep talks, like all kinds of really cool
But
things.
would you meet with them? Because I feel like people pay for memberships when because they want to
Yeah.
be part of a community
Yeah, I would
that
definitely do
meets.
that. Well, right now I'm torn between I have these two sides of my whimsical persona. I have like this teacher health and wellness where I'm very involved with the teacher community and just like how hard it is being a teacher after making it for 15 years
Mhm.
and just all the struggles that teachers go through and helping them through those. But then I have this other part of my personality where now I've been a librarian for 4 years and I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of picture books and I have all this knowledge about picture books and the best lessons for kids. So I am kind of torn right now, like which one is better? Do I go the teacher health and wellness route? Do I have the picture book route? Claude thinks I can do both, just have like a differentiating kind of like there's choose your own adventure, right? It
I
literally would say choose your own adventure.
remember when I said, what do people need now? I feel like the health is what people need, especially teachers.
I do, but like when I'm getting feedback on my Instagram, it's just, I think because I'm not like a licensed therapist, I don't have a master's degree in health and wellness. I'm a big fat teacher lady. Like, yeah, I've made it through 15 years of teaching. That's all I got. I also got about 10 diseases from that time. So like, I mean, I do, that's where I struggle is I'm like, I would love to give teacher pep talks and get people excited and find out ways to cope through teaching. But I also like the teachers are not screenshotting that so much. They're talking to me a lot and they need that kind of communication, but they're more like, screenshotting and talking about like picture books to use in the classroom because that makes your life easier. If someone says, I just read this book to 100 kids and they loved it, and this will make your day go by easier, they really like that. So
Okay.
it's sort of like I have these two sides. I don't know which to go for. Claude thinks I should kind of try to do both, but that's a lot,
It is
right?
a lot, especially because you're going to be going overseas this summer. You're not going to have the whole summer to work on this. But I think the more evergreen option is the mental health. And I really don't think you need to be a therapist or anything to go into that realm because a lot of people can't afford therapy. And there's people that are like coaches, and I don't even think you need to be a certified coach. I think that just being the person who is gathering all the teachers together to vent and to like calm their nervous systems. I don't know. Everyone loves
Well,
you, Jess. And also I do want to say you said you're trying to build something where you don't rely on Instagram, where you don't rely on TPT. So you're going to have your own website. Is that right? Like,
yes. I
okay.
have been building and working on that website.
Cool. Because I'm just saying, because I think the human touch is what people need. Um, and they need help with their mental health. Like,
Yeah.
and they're going
And
to
I
continue to need that.
so I did pair with a life coach back in the fall,
Hmm.
and we did this whole series together, and I got 100 people to sign up for it. But
Yeah.
then she offered like services and nobody bought any
But you
services.
got to keep trying it. You can't just have a webinar and then be done. Like,
But
that's
like
not how it
even if you have
works.
zero sales from a 100-person
Then you got
webinar,
to tweak it. I remember I told you, like,
yeah.
if your marketing is ongoing, you have to market. Remember we were going to do an episode about, is passive income a myth? Yes, it's a myth. You got to work your butt off to make money, and you got to market
See,
constantly.
TPT has spoiled me because 10 years ago I started this store and I just make money from it every month doing nothing. So
I
it's
know.
spoiled me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which is why I'm like, why am I even thinking about anything but TPT? TPT is the only thing that makes me passive income. So I literally do nothing and I get a check every month.
Yeah. So it is not a myth when it comes to the platform TPT, but it's not gonna, things are changing.
I
It's,
know.
you can't rely on it.
That's why I want to build my own, my own spot. And Claude really thinks it should be something called like the Whimsy Well,
I love
where
that.
teachers come for a little bit of whimsy, but also kind of to fix their mental health, like a hangout spot for teachers to and gave me a lot of ideas on what to use for that. But the other part of me is just like, this isn't, why would people pay for this? And what they really need are lessons to use in the classroom to, make their time
Because
like their
people
time again.
because people need friends, they need humor. What if it was just $5 a month and we get on a call once a month to just vent and talk? So you don't have to make
Yeah.
anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like we overcomplicate these things,
I know. I just feel like every time I try something, like it just doesn't work.
but you got to try like more than once.
I know, but like if you put your heart like I like this webinar thing I did in the fall, I mean, oh my gosh, like I really put a lot of
You
work and
worked
hours into
hard.
that. There were no sales, and I do think people were interested, but I mean, maybe the price point was wrong. Maybe, and really what Claude says, they're like, they didn't buy it because it wasn't from you. You're the reason they showed up. They're not going to
Yeah.
buy someone else's life coaching because they're there for the whimsical teacher. That's what
Yeah.
Claude thought. But then I thought, is Claude just floating my butt up with smoke? You know?
Maybe. But I do kind of agree with that. What?
You're like, yeah, maybe.
I just running a membership. I mean, you said it was
See,
so
there you go. You're starting up on the membership again.
well, no, I'm just saying it takes a lot of marketing. Like people don't want to sign up for subscriptions during this economy. Like subscription, everyone's canceling their subscriptions and
But I feel
memberships.
like if it was really low, and this is what I keep arguing with Claude about, I feel like if it was really low, then they would. But then the Claude's like, if it's too low, you're
To
not going
make.
to make any money. So why would you do it?
Well, okay, mine was what was mine? It was like you could sign up for a whole year or you could sign up month to month. So I had a month to month option and I had a whole year option. And I mean, at its peak, it was like 120 members. Some of them were yearly, some of them were month to month, and it was $25 a month. Um, and getting 120 members took me years. It took me
25 a
years.
month is so high to me. Like I would never pay that for
Well,
lesson
but you got
plans.
an entire year of curriculum. Every month you got a new unit, right? And
Yeah.
that's the other thing that's really cool about memberships. If you are going to create digital products, and I had meetings every month too, which were hard because sometimes no one would come. But with the digital products, if you're creating evergreen, like having a membership, actually, it's like someone is counting on you to create this thing. And so it motivates you. And so now I have all these things I created during that time of hustle,
Well, the thing I'm learning about myself is I'm very good at showing up every day for things,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
others
Yes.
because someone's
Yeah, I
counting
don't
on
have a
you.
problem with that at all. I'm very
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah. So maybe creating a membership with your library resources will motivate you to create more library resources, right? And you
Well, which
can
do you
play
think
with the
is better?
price.
Do you think the mental health and wellness is better, or do you think library resources are better?
I think it depends on the audience and the marketplace, right? Like
Yeah.
it does. It depends on like the time period that you're selling. It depends on what people are buying. Like,
What I need is a rinse and repeat strategy where I'm putting content into something and then I have that as an offer all the time.
yeah.
But I don't know, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I don't have a rinse and repeat strategy for like lesson plans or what I would put out. I mean, that's something that I talked to Claude about.
Yeah, but you're also teaching full time. And
I
so
know,
you got
and
to be,
that really takes precedence right now because my
yeah.
job is so demanding.
Yeah.
That's like the last thing on my mind is doing this membership website. I just know that, I mean, I have seen my TPT sales go down the last year by half.
Well, what's the link in your profile on Instagram?
Oh, I haven't looked at it in a long time. I don't know.
Because I feel like that link in your profile, you have so many followers. Like I'm just
Nobody
like,
ever clicks that link. I'm telling you right now, nobody ever
well, but
clicks
what
it.
does it go to?
Well, right now it's a milkshake website. Have you heard of that before?
No.
Like a Linky Tree, but Linky Tree got banned. So I got my teacher podcast, two wacky teacherpreneur podcasts, saving $100 to book bag tour, and my donors choose projects with no one has ever donated to.
Oh, whoa. I just clicked the professional dashboard on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that Linktree is dumb. I think I think
I
you should
got
just have
banned for
one,
using Linktree.
well, whatever, having a bunch of links, like one link that
Yeah.
leads to a bunch of links.
That's why I do want my own website. I did buy, I think I told you I bought a URL on Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, yeah, and I think just one website is really important. But I just noticed that there's in the professional dashboard and Instagram, it says next steps, set up subscriptions. Like you can set up subscriptions through Instagram
Wow.
if you click professional
Oh,
dashboard.
the subscriptions on Instagram are dumb.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like someone subscribes to like they subscribe money per month and they get in this private chat with you and
oh,
every person that does it, they just heckle them.
oh, that's mean. So
Yeah,
people
it's not
pay to
like what you
heckle Instagram?
it's not a good one. It's
Okay,
not what
well,
you're thinking. It's kind of like more for like naked people to be like, subscribe and I'll take my panties off.
on Instagram?
Yes.
Weird. Okay. Um,
It's like a porn thing, okay?
oh, I'm so naive. Okay, well, we'll have to revisit this topic because
Yeah, this was good. I mean, it started with you moving and you leaving the classroom, and it ended with all of my business
Well,
dilemmas.
because you're a teacher who wants to someday leave the classroom and have income to support you. But that's not why I left. The money I make on TPT, like, I
But
think I
in the
made,
future, you need it to count,
I
right?
do need it to count, but like the most I've ever made, like on TPT in a year is poverty level. Like, I can, like, it's
Yeah.
20,000 a year or something. Like, you
And that's
can't
when you
live
were
on that.
hustling hard.
Yeah, and you can't live on that. And so
Well,
I
maybe in Uruguay you can.
I maybe, but I just think that it's like that is so much pressure to be a full-time teacher and then also working to try and to replace your teaching income. Like, I used to think it was possible, and I do think it's possible if you're lucky. Like, if you pick the right time to get in on some sort of big movement, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
or the marketplace is ripe for what you have to offer. Like, I feel like there's so many parts of business ownership that are out of your control,
it's
you
true.
know?
It reminds me, can we end on this story that my dad told me? Like, this is one of his favorite stories.
Yes, let's end on a
So he was in his
story.
20s. He got this job at this place called the Athletic Club. It was like this really fancy like bar for rich people. And he asked the owner one day, the owner was super rich. And he's like, my dad's like 20 years old, right? And he's like, how do I get rich? How can I get rich?
Yeah.
And the owner was like, Mark, that's my dad's name. Mark, there's only three ways to get rich in life. One, you marry it. Two, you inherit it. Or three, you get really effing lucky.
Yeah,
I do like that. Like, and that's, I mean, it is a little bit true because, like,
it
I
is.
do know a lot of really rich people. They have worked really, really hard, but
Yeah.
they also got really lucky at the right time,
Yeah.
getting into something right when they should get into it.
Yeah. I love that
Yeah.
story. That's a
Yeah, it's
great
his
one.
favorite story to tell.
You're so fruity, Mark. Okay.
Okay,
Namaste.
namaste.
Okay, let me just stop this.